That's nice. Is that a 225? That's what I put in a ditch.
Let's go.
Whoa, look at the stars on that. It's so
the little
Well, on that note, hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the WAYMOE SpotCast. We're here yet again in a very, very sunny day in Ettington, which it wasn't about 20 minutes ago. It was absolutely hammering it.
Shouldn't have said anything.
I'm here with my wonderful guest Sean, who is. What do you do at Cosworth? He works for Cosworth. That's as much as I know.
I repair all the machines.
He repairs all the machines. They don't let you near the cars or anything or the engines, do they?
Well, yes, because sometimes I have to go inside the test cells and shit.
Oh, okay, very cool. I'm sure we'll touch on that. Charlie's recording the car cam as usual.
Hello.
And we're still operating our new car camera, which I have no idea if it's going to be any good or not.
Yeah, it might be, it might not.
And our previous guest is over there just taking in the sun.
Striking a pose.
Making sure that the cameras don't turn off. So I'm actually going to remember to start this episode. Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Wow, that's gorgeous. You see the oil filter just sticking out the side of that. So just you don't even have to open the bonnet to do an oil change. We're going to start off by, I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah, we're going to start with it this time,
We're
not
going,
halfway through.
You're not going to do it halfway through. We're going to pick a card. Well, you're going to pick a card.
And not an Alfa Romeo this time.
Hopefully not an Alfa Romeo again. And if we see that car, we do have to pack up and go home,
that is
unfortunately.
fine. Yep.
So, I'll let you do the honours. What we got?
We've got a Lamborghini
A
Aventador.
Lamborghini Aventador.
Do
Ooh,
indeed.
Not off the cards, not likely, but not... Ooh, that's a Polestar 3.
So it is.
Oh, you've never seen one of them on the road before? That can't be the actual plate, because that's 52. Which is, what, 2012?
Yeah.
2002. No, 2002.
Yes.
I didn't think they could be on a 52 plate.
Yeah, because you can have a car that's old, the plate can look older. I've never seen one of them before. They're brand new. Like, they came out this year, I think. Or I just haven't been paying attention.
I've never seen one before.
Yeah, I've never seen one before. I tell you what, I was driving through Kettering a couple of months ago and I saw a Polestar 1.
Yeah.
Which is the two-door.
Okay, yeah.
There's only one in the country and it's owned by Chris Harris from Top Gear.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. I was very excited. Polestar are an interesting company because they're not Volvo anymore. They were, because Polestar were
Are they
like...
not?
No, so they were Volvo's like AMG kind of division.
Yes, yeah.
But then Volvo were like, right, here's all this money, go and make us an electric platform. And they're really popular. I drove one the other day, the Polestar 2. They're really good fun to drive. They're like a Tesla, but they've got more character to them.
Yes.
I don't know if you've been in a Tesla.
No, I've not. I've never been in a Tesla.
Yeah.
Tesla.
Yes. Funny infotainment system. It runs on Android.
Okay.
It's like fully ground up Android. It just looks like an Android tablet on the. Those Peugeots are cool inside. Have you been in one of those?
No.
So you got the gauge cluster.
Yes.
And then the wheel is mounted under the gauge cluster. So the gauge cluster sits above the wheel.
Right.
So to get in, it's like you're in a racing car with the.
It's very low down.
Yeah, and it's not a circle. It's like an oval.
Right.
It's very
yes,
nice to
yeah.
drive.
Oh, fair
And then the gauge cluster is two transparent screens laid on top of each other.
Right.
It's
yes.
very futuristic
Yeah.
looking. But it's a Peugeot. I don't know if I'd go for a Peugeot.
No, I don't know if I go for a modern Peugeot.
I don't think I'd go for modern anything. Well, no, I know you're a fan of the modern Mustangs.
Yes. No, I mean like as a daily car, because it's more of like a daily sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. See, I would even think about going electric for a daily.
Hybrid.
Hybrid.
I'm very happy with like most hybrids, like those Mazdas there. Like the new CX-30s and things, they're very nice.
Are they hybrids?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were hybrids. I do enjoy a hybrid because it's the best of both worlds. Because I just can't deal with the fact that you charge it for 2 hours, you get 350 miles.
No.
Like, it's...
No, I like the idea of a hybrid where I can still go to the petrol station, fill up and be on my way.
Yeah, it's... We don't have the infrastructure here for it,
No,
do we?
absolutely not.
Like,
it's the same argument as America. The distances are too great in between.
Yeah, like I've said this, I keep going on about this, the ID Buzz.
Yes.
How are you going to go anywhere without, like, you go 250 miles into, like, the wilderness, there's not going to be a supercharger there, is there?
No. You go 250 miles one direction in America and you're in the middle of nowhere and the
Yeah.
next petrol station's still 100 miles up.
Yeah, and they're not going to have, they might have a 12 volt that you can plug into. You need like an...
What's the charging time on that? 2 to 4 days?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, you spend like 5 hours and get like 5 miles. So a hybrid I can understand, because if you're like driving to and from work, like doing 15 miles,
Yes.
that makes sense, because then you plug it in at work and you're fine. But then if you want to go drive to Scotland, dude, the Honda E I drove the other day, it was at 95% charge and it had 80 miles.
What?
I couldn't believe it.
I didn't realise they were that short.
Yeah,
what in the world?
at all. It's the same thing, I think it's the Renault Zoes that have like 150 mile range from new, and now with the old batteries on Auto Trader, they've got like 50 miles of range.
Oh, Jesus.
But if you've got like a big gas guzzling thing that you keep on your driveway, like an M4,
Yeah.
I can understand that just using your yeah, they're funny. They remind me of like the DSG farts that the Audis do.
Yes, yeah.
They're the most distinctive engine noises. When you hear it, you can hear an Audi S3 from like 20 miles away,
Yeah,
because you
you
hear
can.
the farts.
Yeah, you
do. Those are fun. I do like the flappy paddles on those.
Oh, yeah,
I would
the
like
power
a manual
shifters.
though. Like I've driven Golf R's, I've driven Golf GTIs. I've never had one that's a manual. They've all been flappy paddle.
The thing is, for a fun car, it's definitely a manual, but like daily, flappy paddle auto is
I wouldn't
absolutely
mind
fine.
an auto for the daily.
Oh,
yeah,
God, no.
absolutely. Some of the autos, they're just.
Those new
can go into
Skoda
a different-
Octavias are beautiful.
You can go into a different like Zen state that you can't with a manual.
Oh, yeah.
And it's funny when I'll drive at work, I'll drive an auto, and then I'll get in a manual, and I'll be rolling up to a stop, and I'll put my foot on the brake, and the whole car's like, no, please put your foot down on the clutch. It's it's a bit. I love a you can't beat a manual really. Well, it depends. If I'm driving a Volkswagen like camper van.
Yeah.
Or not a camper van, that'd be manual. Bad example. A big people carrier that fits like 8 people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be changing gears myself.
No.
I drove a Seat Alhambra. So the Volkswagen have a car. It's pronounced the Charan, but
Yes.
it just looks like it says a Volkswagen Sharon.
Right, okay.
So then they did the Seat version. It's called an Alhambra. So you've got the Sharon or the Alhambra. And I drove this Alhambra, and it had every single light on the dashboard was on, and it was a diesel. And I turned it on, and before I fully like pressed the engine start, it gave me the glow plug symbol.
Yes, the glow plug sign.
I was like, oh, I'll give that a second, and I'm staring at this glow plug's light, and it's not turning off. So I'm like, okay, I'll just give it a go, and I turn it on, and it's fine. It's got a check engine, it's got every light, and the glow plug light's still going, right?
Nice.
So I'm thinking there's something wrong with this. So I drive in, it's driving perfectly fine, because considering, well, this is a minivan, it should have like 7 kids in it. That's nice. Is that a 225? That's what I put in a ditch. It was a great car. It handled like it was on rails until it didn't, and it put me in a ditch. Well, I put myself in the ditch, but I was coming up this slip road in second gear, and I put my foot down, and the revs were climbing, and the speedo needle was going backwards. I'm like, I'm going to need to pull over. This isn't working. The poor thing was in such a state. It really was. Talking of states, those Audi TTs. Do you know they killed like 11 people when they first came out? They did all the, I don't know what tests they do on these cars, but they were all fine until they realised, well, they didn't realise, owners realised that above about 100 miles an hour,
Yeah.
if you change lanes,
Yes.
it just rotated.
It just spins.
Spins.
Okay.
It killed 11 people until they did a full recall on all of them and put that tiny little lip spoiler on it, which solves the issue
Oh,
completely.
to give it the downforce
Yeah.
so it can actually...
I think most of the deaths are on the Autobahn.
That makes sense. I was going to say, that is the only place where you want to actually admit to doing triple digits.
Yeah, absolutely. The Isle of Man, you can do it.
Oh, yeah, true.
And what I didn't realise is during the TT, they closed the oncoming lane.
Really?
So
Yeah.
all of the back roads with no speed limit have no oncoming traffic.
No, it's one back road.
Is it one back
It's one back
road?
road, but the police patrol the beginning, the police patrol the end,
Yeah.
and they also patrol the route.
Okay.
But you can do whatever speed
Yeah,
along there. You
just-
can overtake police officers at 100 mile an
Yeah.
hour, and they don't pull you over or
Oh, okay.
anything.
Oh, so it's just the one road?
Yeah, but it's to allow people to experience a little bit of the Isle of Man.
That's nice.
Well,
So nice.
it's a bit of fun, isn't it? Because everyone comes over to experience the Isle of Man TT, and they give you a few days. Is it before or after?
Before.
While it's still all closed off, and you
Yes.
can absolutely bomb it. No, they're just there patrolling, make sure everyone's safe.
They're not breaking the law. There's no speed limits in the Isle of Man.
No.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Charlie,
Oh, they are really good looking.
they are
They
really
are.
cool. Yeah.
That's why Jeremy Clarkson lived there for a while.
Yes.
Because I remember they did a review of I think, I might be wrong, it might be for one of the like special like Clarkson DVDs he did, but he does a review of the M3, the E46 M3, and it's his car, and it's on Isle of Man plates. Yeah, I do want to go out there eventually. It's a gorgeous looking place.
Oh, God, yeah.
experience the TT
I
at
want to
some
see the
point
TT
as well.
though.
Yeah.
In like someone's front, because all the people who live there just go during the TT and rent out their houses as like Airbnbs. But also like,
Crazy.
I also don't want to see someone die.
The last 2 or 3 years, nobody's died.
I don't know about that. Fair enough.
I read something recently.
Okay,
I read
Dave.
something recently, and they said that it's like a record for the Isle of Man TT for the
Absolutely.
amount of years running of no
Without
deaths,
deaths.
and
Yes,
that's like
but-
2 years.
Isn't it because of a recent development of motorcycle technology? I know of a
Yes.
lot of like the lean angle. There's been a lot in that recently.
Absolutely.
Because they're going faster and faster.
They have a thing. They had a thing. There was a year when they introduced some new thing on the bike. This is where you can see how little bike knowledge I have. I think it was Kawasaki. I might be wrong. One of the bike manufacturers had this new bike or new engine or new something.
Yeah.
And it killed like 11 drivers.
Right,
Drivers?
yes.
Riders.
Yeah.
It killed like 11 riders. You can see it on the plot, and it just spikes up for that year.
I think it was something like some kind of stability control,
Yeah.
but because there was extra stability control, the riders were relying on electrical assistance.
Yeah.
Which is similar to like Hammond's crash with the
Navera.
Navera.
Or he says it's that anyway.
No, he
No.
just said he just wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I
Because he
thought-
went because
right.
Hammond went past the finish line, and then his brain went, "I'm done now,"
Yeah.
not thinking that he's got a right. It's such a shame they didn't get that on camera, because the only footage they have is that one really blurry YouTube clip of him coming off the end of the. But
Yeah.
This man barrel rolled an electric car down like
A one of
huge
one
hill.
electric car as well.
No, I hate those cars so much. I'm sorry if you have a Punto. They are death traps. They introduced the Euro NCAP,
Right.
tested the Punto, gave it 0 stars, and Fiat discontinued it.
Really?
They're an absolute death trap. If you crash one of those head on, the A pillar compresses and pops the doors off.
That is terrifying.
It's like the the Gullwing SLS, the more modern one.
Yes.
They did like
Yeah.
10 years ago. It was the pace car for F1 for a while. If you roll it, the doors have pyrotechnics in it that blow them off.
Oh, really?
It's crazy, isn't it? It's so cool.
What? So they don't get mangled and you don't get
Well,
trapped
if you
inside
roll
the
a
car.
Gullwing, you can't.
You can't
the
open it,
door.
obviously, if you're
Yeah.
upside
So
down.
when it senses a roll, it blows the doors off.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are awesome. What's that?
How consistent is that?
I've never rolled one.
I would imagine it's like when it has a major crash detection.
It'd be funny if there's a button. Well, one of those, I think it was a Peugeot I drove the other day, that there's a sunroof button. You press the button and you hold it and it opens the sunroof, on the roof, obviously. And next to it, on the same, when you get, it's like 2 buttons, but they're made from the same piece of plastic and they've got a cut
Yes.
through it. You couldn't, if you closed your eyes, you would only be able to tell which button it is by the tiny little 2 mil gap between the buttons.
Yes.
Sunroof, SOS.
Oh, do the SOS buttons right next to it?
Yeah. What do the SOS buttons do?
Usually they call the emergency services and they send
Okay.
your location out.
They
Oh,
just
okay.
they just literally
Does it send
ring.
out flares then?
They
No.
ring their own emergency services first. They don't flat out ring 999.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But the operator they put you through to can then direct you straight to 999.
I hope it's straight to the Peugeot head office and it's a French woman that doesn't speak English. That would be so funny.
You were scared of a crash?
So it's like I can't remember what it was. I think it was the Lexus LFA where you can, or it might have been a Nissan GTR. One of them, Jeremy Clarkson drove it, and you press a button, it would call for help, and you would get through to customer support who would talk you through.
A lot of cars have.
The Citroen did that.
Mercs do it as well.
Mercs do it. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, we okay. So we were driving
Oh.
was it a Citroen DS3?
Oh yes,
Oh, I-
Ineos Grenadier. Those are very nice. They have quite a few issues. They've got some real teething problems because they're a brand new company. Do you know the story behind that? It's a billionaire who just didn't like Defenders, so he was like, oh, I'm going to make my own one.
Oh, he just...
Yeah.
But he is obsessed with the original Defender, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
To be fair, the
Ineos
original
is-
Defenders are really
They're
nice.
so good. I spoke to someone who had an original Defender. It was back when I did pizza delivery.
Yeah.
And he had this gorgeous purple Defender on his driveway of his farm. And I was like, I really like your car. And we got talking about them. And I don't know if he speaks for all of the Defender community, but they don't like the new ones. They call them pretenders.
My workmate has always off-roaded Defenders
Yeah.
like since he was 20 odd. He's like 50 now. Yeah, and all of his mates, they all hate the new ones.
Because it's not really the same. I get what they're doing because they can't make it anything like the old Defender.
No.
But I can't believe they're still allowed to make. They made the old Defenders as late as they did.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah,
It's because they sold so well.
They did sell, and that's why we got the Ineos. Because Ineos is a chemical company.
Is it?
Yeah, they're a chemical company. They make like chemicals for like plastic and manufacturing and stuff.
Right, okay.
And the guy is just a billionaire, and he was like, he clearly hadn't heard of a Toyota Land Cruiser.
No.
And was like, I've got to make my own one. So I think it's the old Defender chassis, but they're gorgeous. There's no blank. You know, when you don't have an option, you end up with a blank button. There's
Yes.
no blank buttons.
It's all
each
filled in.
option has its own. They make the panel different so that you.
Oh, so you got the different trim panels.
Oh, the Spot Cat ran past. Did I?
We missed
okay.
it.
The Spot Cat. I think it's got to be Spot. It's not a spotty cat. It feels sacrilegious. Oh, look at your polo. Where's the exhaust on that polo? Where's the exhaust on that polo?
Good question.
Exhaust delete. Never seen that before.
Or is it a diesel that's just pointing downwards, it's hidden behind that black
it
trim at the
might
back?
be, yeah. I didn't hear it, to be honest.
No, I didn't. I think it's a diesel.
Ooh. Oh my
Oh,
days.
my
Is
word.
that a Batmobile? Or is that 2002? That's incredible. Was it cream? Oh.
Flipping hell.
Oh my god.
That is wicked.
So nice.
Let's go.
Oh.
That is beautiful.
Left-hand drive as well, yeah.
Wicked, that's so cool.
Oh god,
Yeah, that Polo.
the kids, the Polo.
Did you manage to get that? What
A
happened
little
there?
bit of it, yeah.
I don't know if it showed up on the camera, if Charlie got it. That Polo just blew through the give way and completely cut off that BMW and then flipped him off.
Yeah, he was literally within a couple of feet of him, and he's the one that's meant to
it's
give way.
Awful. What an idiot. We've been here. We've recorded 5 or 6 episodes now. Never seen buses here before. Oh no, we've always recorded on a Sunday. That's why.
Yeah, it's empty.
We must look insane to people.
Yeah, it puts a smile on people's faces,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
absolutely. Yeah. Unless you're a BMW who just thought you got caught speeding.
To be fair, they did hoon it when they saw us.
Yes. I think, I can't remember what episode it was. We had a Lotus come past at about 5 miles an hour.
Really?
Yeah. You do get some funny,
Proper
funny
slow rolling
happenings,
shot.
Yeah. Ooh, E60 Estate with a roof box. That's very nice. Did you know they did V10 estates, but they all caught fire? So there's like none of
They
left.
what
None
now?
left. They all used to catch fire. My friend messaged me and he was like, "Oh, you never guessed what I saw yesterday." And it's like, "What?" It was just like a V10, E60, M5 estate. And I was like, "That's mad. There's not many of them left because they all caught fire." And he was like, "Funny you say that." He sent me a picture and it was on fire.
It was on fire.
Yeah, it's lots of cars had. Aventadors had that problem. Actually, our top trump, the Aventador,
Yes,
had that problem.
I know the Aventadors have a problem with catching fire because it's the plastic trim around the back, isn't it?
Yes, so they would overfuel into the exhaust before it got hot enough to burn off the fuel.
Yes.
And then it would throw the hot fuel onto the tips, which would then ignite and set fire to the.
Right. Yes.
They had and then I think it was Ferrari 458s. They had a problem with the foam behind the fuel tank, and they would catch fire. The same problem they had with the McLaren Senna. Is the foam they put in the fuel tank would just catch fire.
Right. Yes.
Which is not where you want a fire, really.
It really is not,
But
especially on a petrol.
You have to the fuel tank test. You have to submerge them in fire for ages.
Do you actually have? Oh, okay.
And it's windy now. I love the amount of rust on those vans. You see them like just fizzling away. You know those pictures where it's like society if poop was a currency?
Yeah.
And it's like all of it. Could you imagine that if rust wasn't a thing? We'd all be driving Ferrari F40s by now.
Oh, God,
It's
yeah.
like,
Pretty much everything would still be on the road.
yeah, well, no, the scrappage scheme took out
Well,
a
yeah,
big
but
chunk
a lot
of
of stuff was scrapped because they were a bit rusty.
Well, no, the thing with the scrappage scheme is it came at such a dip in the market and they offered people £2,000. So back when you couldn't get 50 quid for your MR2 and the government has said, oh, trade this in, we'll crush it into a little cube and we'll give you £2,000 off your new car. It's like a no-brainer.
It kind of
But
was
so
back then, wasn't it?
stupid. We lost thousands and thousands of cool cars. Like, massive amounts of cool cars.
Oh, God, yeah.
I'm going to flash some of the numbers up on the screen but I don't think a lot of people understand
How many were lost.
Yeah, but not even like crazy stuff. There was some Alpinas that got and some rare MR2s, but like stuff like the normal stuff that's so cool to see these days, like Mark 1 Fiestas.
Yeah, I was about to say,
like,
this is why back in the day you would have always seen like the nice little bubbly Fiestas
Yeah.
and Polos,
None
and
of them
they
anymore.
just suddenly disappeared.
Yeah, because they all got scrapped. It was tens of thousands of cars. And it's such a shame. A lot of them are still, they never got scrapped. They got a scrap title. Like
But they're
but
not
they're still in
actually
a field
scrapped.
somewhere.
Yes.
Which is insane.
Which they'd absolutely just be rusting away there.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know enough about rust to know what causes it. I know it's oxidized, like you get stone chips and then it's
Yeah, it's
spreads from there.
oxidization. So the main, like you get the rust belt in America, and that's because they salt the roads. And the problem with the salt in the roads is it sticks to the car and keeps the moisture there.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Because I remember when
But
I
then
grew up-
also the minerals and the salt help speed up the reaction.
I remember driving my MR2 back from Rotherham when
Yes.
I bought it. I got stuck. It wouldn't go in fifth. It would pop out of fifth gear. So I was stuck at like 50 mile an hour. And
Right.
I'm driving down the road and I see a grit truck pull out
Oh,
onto the
no.
motorway in front of me. And I spent a good 15 minutes behind this grit truck that was gritting the road. And that might be why it's not
currently
good.
falling apart.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, because if you ever see the guys that have got like really expensive cars in the rust belt, what they do is on their garage they install a filtered water jet spray
Yeah.
to spray the inside of the car, and because it's filtered water, there's no minerals in it, and it doesn't rust the car out.
Oh, really? That's quite clever.
Yeah, it's like in a lot of industrial machines, you use filtered water with your coolant or whatever because it doesn't rust the metal part you're making.
That's why you're not supposed to use water in cooling systems, right? 'Cause it
Exactly.
just rusts
Yes,
the
it
pipe.
rusts out
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah. That's what we think caused a lot of the problems with Charlie's MR2, is it was just sat with water in it for ages, and then he drove in it, like clogged all of these new Beamers,
Yes.
the M1s, the grills look amazing. Those are hideous. That grill is horrific.
The grills are really 50-50 on the new ones for me.
But on the M cars, they're really sharp and like defined and muscular. Those are horrible. They're awful. I do quite like how all the modern BMWs are looking. The new 1 Series is a bit funny. I saw someone photoshopped a Kia logo instead of the BMW logo on a 1 Series, and you can't tell. It just
It's
looks like a
exactly
Kia.
the same.
Not a bad thing. Those Kias look amazing. But
Yes.
the whole BMW, very distinctive style with the kidney grills.
The thing I used to like about Audi as well is they used to be quite distinctive and aggressive, but now a lot of people have that very aggressive, sharp front.
It was definitely. I think Audi were leading the charge with a lot of the move towards aggressive styling.
Yes, yeah.
And bloody Nardo grey.
It's that natural thing, because cars have this thing where they always go between round and sharp over the years. Ever since it started in the 40s, and early 2000s was round, and we're slowly going sharp again.
Yeah, like 80s was sharp,
Yes.
90s was round.
Exactly.
2000s was kind
Round
of
and sharp.
Yeah,
There's always a middle period where you have this perfect mix of round and sharp. It's like 60s cars, like Plymouth now, they're all just very boxy and
Yeah.
they're straight.
The Americans were smoking some different stuff back then. There's some of because you only really see it in stuff like the new Paganis and stuff, where it's just style for style's sake.
Yes.
Like seriously, but no, Audi really led the charge with aggression, and Nardo Grey. When Nardo Grey first came out and you saw it on RS6, like wow. Whereas now,
Everything.
hold on, give me the camera.
It's great.
Stop painting your nice cars Nardo Grey. Stop it. Stop it.
I think someone's got a strong opinion about that.
I cannot. Right, someone gets a gorgeous car that's got this most fantastic stock paint that's got like a metal flake to it, and they were like, yeah, Nardo, I was getting Nardo. Yeah, Dean, paint it a different colour.
I think it looked fantastic on the Audi R8s when they first came out.
Yeah, but it's the colour of primer. It looks like you've not painted your car. Some German fella was on the line and went, Val, we stopped painting the cars. That's not even a German accent.
No,
we'll
it's
stop
not.
painting the cars. We'll save loads of money.
Austrian.
It's Austrian.
But honestly, just, yeah. And
Do you know what I do quite like? Do you know the dark blue Audi do? That is quite nice.
Yes. Audi, Merlin purple.
Oh God, yes.
Merlin purple. I'd say I'd do that, but
I really don't see that often.
You know, no, they were really rare. They only did. They're one of those colours. This shirt is killing me. They're one of those colours where they only did them for like one model year or one car.
Yeah, and that was it. It's like BMW have these. They have like I think there's 50 of them, and they're a 7 series, and they did them for 1 year, and they're in a Rolls-Royce blue.
Yes, I know the exact one you mean.
And I've seen one in person. It is beautiful.
Oh no, what was that? I can't even. Oh, it was an Aventador.
It's
Wasn't it?
It's a Aventador, yes.
I'm sure we won't see an Aventador. I taught Kaisha Kaisha struggles to tell the Lamborghinis apart.
Yes, so do I.
Aventador's really easy because it has a vent next to the door. Aventador. Do you know why the Lamborghini Countach is called the Countach?
No, why is it called the
It
Countach?
means, sorry mum, it means fucking hell in Italian. And when they didn't have a name for it.
That's good.
And when they like revealed it, one of the people on the board went, Countach. So they say. It's like
So they say.
But apparently the Mercedes colour is silver because they were white and they stripped the paint off to save weight, but there's no evidence to show that. But it's cool. It's cool anyway. What do you think of those new electric Mercedes that look like a bar of soap that's been melted?
I've not looked at them.
You see one coming and you
The absolute disapproval.
Yeah, it's not good.
I've not seen the new electric Mercedes.
They're not selling very well.
Yes.
Oh, Renault's seen it. Look at her go. It's the cousin of the Citroen Picasso. We've still not seen a Picasso.
No.
Let alone with a sunroof.
I can't tell them apart, but the first thing I did was look for the sunroof.
Yes.
See if it had one.
Cool story about so this here is a Citroen Picasso.
Yes.
A Citroen Zara Picasso, and it has a sunroof on it. They're extremely rare, right? When you Google Citroen Picasso sunroof, you get 2 different cars that come up in Google Images.
Right.
One is like the Citroen's promo for it, and it's like the like, what are you Googling?
Don't worry about it. Fact checking.
What are you fact checking?
Continue.
Oh right, okay.
fuck's
This kid. And it's like the Google image results is like the Zara Picasso's like promo images from Citroen of one with a sunroof, and then there's another one of someone's made into like an open air. So it's not like a sunroof; it's like fabric that you can pull
Right.
back.
Okay. Yes.
So I didn't know if they'd even sold many of them or if they even actually existed. Loud. So I made a habit of checking on like Auto Trader and Facebook Marketplace to see how often ones with sunroofs come up. And every
how
time
often
I
they pop
see a
up.
Zara Picasso, I look for it with a sunroof because they're really distinctive because they've got this metal, they've got like a lip over the roof.
Yes, to stop the wind coming in.
Yes.
A little windbreaker.
Always looking out, whenever I see a Zara Picasso, I'm like, does it have a sunroof? And I've never seen one on Auto Trader, never seen one on Facebook Marketplace, and never seen one on the road, right?
Okay.
And I was explaining this to Kaisha in the car, driving down the M1, and she was like, oh, that's cool. And just nodded her head, just pretending to be interested. And then I look in my rearview mirror, and I'm like, oh, that's funny, there's a Zara Picasso coming, that's funny. And then it catches up to us, and I'm looking, and I'm like, no, surely not. Surely not. And it's got a bloody sunroof on it. I couldn't believe it.
You can't make that up, can
Yeah,
you?
it's funny. The person behind the wheel probably had no idea that, how excited that car was.
No,
making
to him,
me.
it's just his everyday.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, that and a Renault Aventime.
A what?
A Renault Aventine. The Top Gear turned it into they raced it against a Mitsubishi Evo.
Right, okay.
It's like this crazy thing. They only sold 250 of them. They only sold it for 1 year. You'll know it if you saw it.
Right.
Really, really rare. And me and Kaisha were in Wales, and I saw one in a car park opposite to us. And I looked at her and went, that's an Aventine. And she was quite excited because I'd always gone on about how cool they are and rare they are.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're going to have to give me a minute. I'm going to have to go run
If they
after
only
it.
made 250s, it's like a homologation special just so they could race it? Or...
No. This is
Or is it
it's
just
a
like...
people carrier thing.
Oh, it's an absolute tank.
It's awful. It didn't sell well at all. It's crazy. And I was like, I've got to run after this and try and get a picture. So I absolutely bolted into this town centre, turn left to try and get it coming out of the car park, and I see it like 100 metres down the road already gone. I'm like, oh, that's such a shame. I won't get to see that.
Oh.
So we drive off. And where we are in Wales is to get to our hotel, we've got to drive all the way up the coast and then back down to the other side.
Right, yes.
But we see on the map there's a bridge. There's a little Spot's back. There's a toll bridge. I'm like, oh, we'll take the toll bridge. So we come over the toll bridge, come over, and as we crest the bridge, at the toll gate, paying for its toll is the bloody Aventine. I couldn't believe it. And I was, again, going crazy taking pictures, and the guy driving it probably had no idea that it's... Wow.
I'm going to keep filming the cat.
I couldn't tell you what that's called. No idea what that's
No,
called.
not a clue.
Altera XL.
XL.
I could have, not in a million years. Oh, look at the colour on that. Oh, that's gorgeous. I bloody love these little French vans. Oh, it's so
the little
adorable.
Renault.
Oh, that's so nice. You get the weirdest looks off people doing this.
You do, they're so confused.
Oh, we've got a double Volvo. Designed by Bentley, as far as I'm aware, those Volvos.
What?
Those Volvos, they're designed by Bentley.
Oh, they actually?
I think. I heard that once, and I've never checked it. True or false? I hope
They're
it's
so nice though.
Yeah, put it somewhere there.
They're really gorgeous. Aiden says they're really nice to drive, but I've not had a chance to drive one yet.
See, I'd love to do your job, because it's like window shopping for cars.
Oh, it is. It really is, yeah. So so on auction day, yeah, I drive about 50 cars, 50 metres?
Yes.
Like onto the auction stand and then off back into the yard. But then on the day after auction day, I get to drive whatever we sell.
Yes.
About 2 miles down the road or 6 miles across the town.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've driven all sorts. It's really interesting just to see like even the like poverty spec Peugeots. It's just interesting to see what's out there. Like the new Kias are so nice. Like so
Yes,
nice.
yeah.
It really does scratch my car brain. It really does.
I mean, the only like modern car I've got is in our fleet. We've got a 2023 Ford Mondeo Titaniums. They're
those
really
are so
nice.
The Mondeos are so nice. They've discontinued Mondeos now.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I understand it because they used to be the largest sedan sort of car, but now Ford Fiestas kind of fill that bracket because of how big they are.
Well, they've discontinued the Fiesta as well.
True.
They were supposed to be moving into just like police cars and stuff. I think
Yes.
they've changed that because they pulled out of motorsport for a while.
Right, yeah.
But I can't keep track. Everyone keeps backtracking and changing their minds, especially with like hybrids and stuff going on right now.
Yeah, many models are going in and out because some of the cars got so similar.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I drove one of them. Those are really good fun. That's a 3-door. They're really rare.
Ooh.
Can you
Charlie.
get a shot of this, please,
Charlie.
Oh, him with a cat.
Oh,
Hang
hello.
on.
Just suddenly, just a massive influx of cars. It's Spot Cat's out. That's what it is. Hey.
The Spot
The
Cat.
whiskers are beautiful. Oh, look at this. Is this a VR6?
Whoa.
Whoa, look at the stance on that. That's so nice.
Hello.
Oh,
That is beautiful.
it's a diesel.
It looks good though.
Yeah, that was absolutely gorgeous. Top marks for that.
Do you reckon they're all going happy?
They've got to be.
They've got to be,
What's
yes.
the time?
7 minutes past.
Past what?
5.
5.
Yeah.
7 minutes past 5? I thought it was like 1 o'clock.
Oh god, I think I just had a pop and bang tune.
I heard a pop and bang tune there.
Oh,
It
no.
just sounded like a backfire, to be honest. Because pop and bang tunes are just... I can hear something loud. I don't want to look. I don't want to look. I can't guess. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, that's
was that a
pretty cool.
Mazda?
It's Toyota, I think.
Was it a Toyota? They do the coolest little minivans. They're so... that is absolutely stunning.
I might be biased, but Toyotas are the best brand.
The man that's owned 2 Toyotas.
I think that's biased.
That definitely is biased. I'm trying to think who the coolest car brand is. Was Pagani?
Well, yeah. But you'll never own a Pagani.
No.
Speak for yourself. It's so funny seeing people like Harry Metcalf who had a Zonda and sold it for 400k, and then now you can't get them for less than like 10 million.
Yeah.
I know. It's...
They are so cool. They are so
Wait,
so
they
cool.
sold for 400k at one point?
Yeah,
Really?
they were 300 new.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
They
thought
weren't huge
like
money.
multiple million
No,
then.
no, they weren't. No, it was a new company.
Yeah.
He designed the Countach 25th anniversary, and then was like, I want to do my own thing. So I did his own thing, and it's really made
Well,
him.
the story on that was actually is phenomenal. Have you ever like gone through his whole story
I
leading
don't
up
know
to
the full
it?
story.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
What do you know?
Well, the main fact of the reason he designed his own company,
Yeah.
I could out of memory, is he was suggesting using carbon fibre on the new Lamborghinis, and everyone above him and the board said no.
Oh,
And
so
he started doing it on the side and just eventually left and did his own thing.
Fair enough. You've got to be well off to be able to just go and
Oh
make
God, shit! Well, he was high up.
That is gorgeous. That's so nice. Whoa, the big dishes.
That is nice.
Tastefully done. Really tastefully done. See, that kind of fitment, there's not like crazy stance.
Yes.
It just fits nice. Roll your arches a bit, get some dish wheels. I really like the trend at the moment with the really chrome rims.
Yes,
It really
yeah.
does it for me. Oh, something's not right with that car.
A wheel bearing.
That sounded like a tyre problem.
Yeah,
or
it
something.
sounds like his tyre's not right.
Yeah, definitely not right. Do you see the people in the back of that car just gawping at us? Like, what the hell are they doing? I think on that note, we should call it a day. Clearly the people in that A3 are not happy with us. I think we should stop for their sake.
Probably, yeah.
So I've been Charlie. This has been Sean. Charlie's behind the camera. Callum's behind the other camera. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Make sure you like and subscribe and all of that, because it's so helpful. Helpful, supportive. It's amazing to see all of the support. Ooh. On that note, thank you everybody. Au revoir.